Hello, and welcome to the MakingRightChoices.com Learning Library Manager Role Overview. My name is Jason Franklin, and I'll be guiding you through the basic functions of the manager role. The first thing you'll need to do when you log into the Learning Library is to select the manager role. Now you can see that I have access to all of the roles within the Learning Library. You may only have access to learner and manager, but regardless, go ahead and select manager. Clicking the manager role reveals the major functions available to a manager. Now these choices will match the navigation bar that will appear at the top of the page for a manager. Let's go ahead and start with My Team. When you log into the system, you'll see a navigation bar at the top of the page that takes you to the other pages in the system. The My Team page is where you can add and assign users to groups, enroll users in groups, modify user profiles, and view user transcripts. The Dashboard page is where you can see your group's compliance index and current enrollment status, and export dashboard data to MS Excel. The Custom Reports page is where you can create and run custom reports at the group or user level, print and export custom reports, as well as see a list of saved custom reports. The Groups Reports page is where you can see an overview of your group's training activity and edit, print, and export group reports. The Request page is where you can accept or deny enrollment requests, as well as see a list of past enrollment requests. And finally, the Exceptions page is where you can email users who have exceptional or overdue or failed enrollment status, as well as print and export these exceptions reports. So now I'll introduce each page from left to right in greater detail, beginning with the My Team page. This page lists all the user groups that you are responsible for and allows you to make changes at the group or user level. Here are the group-specific functions. Click the Add User icon to add users to your group. Click the Enroll Group icon to enroll the entire group in a course within the course catalog. And click the Group Report icon to see a detailed report of the group's activities. For each user within a group, there are also special commands that you can use. Click the Transcript icon to view a transcript just as the user sees it. Click the User Enroll icon to enroll an individual user in limited catalog courses. Click the Edit User icon to view and modify a user's profile. And finally, click the Details icon to see a summary of a user's training activity. That about wraps it up for the My Team page. Let's look at the dashboard. The dashboard gives you a snapshot of each of your group's compliance index and current enrollment status. Let's take a look at the adult school group that I manage. I can hover over the compliance index chart and see that they're 92% compliant. Now that means that about 8% of my users are overdue on their training. To get a more complete view of their training status, I can hover over each part of this pie chart. It will tell me the exact number of employees who have failed, passed, completed, and enrolled in the training. And this chart provides a different view for your group's status. And this chart shows a different way of looking at your group's status. Users with a not attempted status have been enrolled in a course or training, but have not yet launched the course or attended the training. Users with an incomplete status have started a course but have not yet completed it. Users with a completed status have finished training that does not require a mastery score but may require visiting every page in a course or specific pages within a course. Users with a passed status have successfully finished training that required some type of passing score. Users may also receive a pass status if they complete a set of courses that make up a particular category. Users receive a failed status when they have unsuccessfully finished training that required a passing score. And users receive an overdue status when they have not completed training within a specific length of time. Now you can also see a group report by clicking the Group Report icon. This will reveal a detailed report of the group's activities, The group report screen is explained further in the group report section of this manual, but I did want to show it to you quickly. But for now, that's about it for the dashboard, so let's look at custom reports. The Custom Reports page allows you to report on system activity at the group or user level. This page is where you go to customize your reports and set specific course status filters. You can run custom reports immediately, or you can save them for a later date. The Custom Reports feature is a great option for running weekly, monthly, or quarterly reports. So let's talk real quick about how you would do that. Any report that you create can be saved and used at a later time. So you can see that I have 3 here that I've used before, but let's go ahead and talk about how we would go about saving a custom report. First, you would complete the appropriate fields in the Options section of the form. For instance, you can choose to search for certain courses. Let's go ahead and choose the Preventing Sexual Misconduct certification. You can choose to search for all groups or choose a specific group. Let's go ahead and choose the adult school group. And then of course you can even look at the users if you prefer, but we're going to go ahead and say all users. Now we can also select the status. Let's say that we only want to see who hasn't started the course, so we're going to look at everyone who's been enrolled but hasn't started the course by selecting Not Attempted. Now we can even select certain dates if we would like. But that's not going to be as important for us, but if we wanted to look for people who had been completed at a certain time, we could do that, or enrolled at a certain time. But we're going to leave those fields open, and also we're going to choose to save this report. And we'll name this report Adult School Not Attempted. When you're finished, simply click the Submit button. And now we can see everyone who's at the adult school who has been enrolled but hasn't actually started the training or completed the training. You can also print this main report of all the people who are not attempted at the adult school by clicking Print This Report, or of course export that report to Excel. Now this is a common feature on all reporting pages that you have this option to either print or export to Excel. But now if we wanted to view specific enrollment details for a particular user, you can click that information button. You can even print those results if you would like. Or I'm going to go ahead and close out of this and return to the Custom Reports page. Now any of these saved reports can also be edited by clicking the Edit icon located to the right of that particular report. So let's go back into the Adult School Not Attempted, and let's say that we wanted to limit those people whom we are searching for to a specific date. So let's look at those who were enrolled from June 1st to August 1st and click Submit. Now it just so happens that we have the same number of users who come up in the report, but now when we return to Custom Reports and open up that report again, we can see that those are saved now as part of that custom report. And that's because we have this box clicked for Save the Report. So if you don't want to save a custom report, make sure that you unclick this box. Then any changes that you make won't be saved. So let's return back to that custom reports. In addition to editing your saved report, you can also delete your saved report and of course view the report itself by just clicking the View Report button. So that about wraps it up for custom reports. I hope you feel comfortable running and saving custom reports. Now let's go look at another important reporting feature, and that's group reports. The group reports page gives you an overview of your group's training activity. Now I happen to be a manager over several different groups, but let's say I wanted to have just a quick bird's eye view of who has the most completed statuses or the most incomplete statuses. I could simply click the top of this column, Incomplete, and I could see that the JPA Learning Library Review group has 5 incomplete statuses. And again, incomplete means that they've started the course but they haven't completed it. So this is a great bird's eye view of your learners' activities across all of your groups that you happen to manage. However, if I wanted to gain more detailed information for a particular group, and again we'll look at the adult school, I simply click the group report icon to see filter settings, the current status, and results for each group. So I can filter the automatic report that's generated for this group. If I quickly just wanted to see who has completed, I can click the completed button, and I can see that 2 members of my group have completed 2 different courses. If I wanted to quickly see who has, if anyone has failed, I can click that as well, and I can see that Beulah Cole has failed the HIPAA Basics course. And again, if I wanted to see specific information about that user, I can click their transcript, open that up, and again print that report if I need to, or see any other basic information about the user. Now, as with all reporting screens, again, I can also quickly print this report or export this report to Excel. So now that we've covered group reports, let's move on to requests. As a manager, you may have users approach you requesting to take particular training that might not have an open enrollment. The enrollment request page contains a list of the enrollment requests from your group users. The page tells you the requesting user's name, in this case it's Jason Franklin, my own name, and the course that they're wishing to take, which is the new employee orientation. If you're going to allow this, you simply approve this request or click deny. This pop-up window will allow you to confirm your choice, and then you can actually view request histories. And you can see that I've had Beverly West, Allison Baker, and then of course myself there requesting courses to take. I've approved each of those. So this would also show that I had denied or refused an enrollment request if I had actually done that to any of my users. Now, this screen may not be used at all by your organization. And what I mean by that is all of your courses might be automatically assigned, or you may have open enrollment, which means that when a user requests to take a course, that it immediately allows them to take the training. However, if for some reason your organization does use closed enrollment for some of your courses, then you will need to manually add those users into the training. So that wraps it up for the requests page. Let's move on to exceptions. The exceptions report page allows you to identify and communicate with users who have overdue or failed enrollment status. Now, in addition to finding out if particular users have a overdue or failed status, you can also email these users quite easily by clicking these boxes and selecting the users, and then filling out this information. Now, for my group, you can see that there are both overdue and failed statuses, and it may be that I want to send different messages to different members of the group. If that were the case, I could unclick the users I didn't want the message to go to. Now, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and just blast everyone. So first, I would put in a from email address. This can be any email address, but basically what's going to happen is this email will appear to be from this email address. Choose a suitable subject, and then of course compose your message. When you're finished completing your email message, click the Submit button. Once again, you'll be asked to confirm that you want to send the email to the users you've selected, and of course I do, so I'm going to click Yes, and that email will automatically be sent. Clicking the Return button returns me to the Exceptions Report page. So that does it for the manager role. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to push those to your administrator. And of course, at any time, you can also view the how-to manual for your specific role by clicking the how-to manual link at the top right of your page. This will launch a PDF. This will launch a PDF-based how-to manual that contains much of the same information I've shared with you here today. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to push those up to your administrator. And this has been Jason Franklin with Making Right Choices. And on behalf of us all here, I hope you enjoy managing your groups.